Hey everybody, sorry it's been so long since I did my last video. It's Bryant from A Traveling Bryant. I hope you like this video today. If you can, please like and subscribe. I'm going to do a video on my trip with my friend Azra to Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's a beautiful place, really cheap. Their currency is about worth half of ours, so you can have a wonderful time and not break the bank.
Hey, buddy. Hey, boy.
So, as I said today, I'm going to talk about Bosnia and Herzegovina. My best friend Azra and me have been friends for like 13 years. We first met, she's Bosnian. We first met because I lived in an apartment next to her in, of all places, Indiana. And they took all the parking one day. So I was gonna go yell at them, and she came to the door and she was too cute to yell at. And we've been friends for 13 years. And we had actually gone to Iceland, and she made a joke. And she said, if you take me to my country, if you get me a plane ticket for my country, I'll show you the whole thing. So I put her to the test. I'm really glad I went. It's a very beautiful place. The people are so nice. Yes, it's a Muslim majority country, so you got to see so many beautiful mosques. You got to see a bunch of beautiful churches there too, because it's more mixed. And no, it's not in the Middle East. It's in the middle of Europe. Like, so many people around here did not understand that. I had to explain it to them. Like, I'm not going to some place that I need a visa. This is in the middle of Europe. So we went to Bosnia. We landed in Sarajevo, which is a beautiful town. We made sure we stayed near the old town of Sarajevo because the old town of Sarajevo has a lot of history to it. It's got this beautiful spring right in the middle, so many good places to eat with so much traditional Bosnian food and traditional Bosnian coffee, which is amazing, so strong, so wonderful. We actually rented a car while we was there. And I'll tell you, if you rent a car there is a lot of roads that, I mean, it's a country in the middle. It's between second and third world country because they basically just got out of a war a while ago, and they're still building it up. They've done a really good job with the infrastructure, but it's still got its problems, just like any country does. The people were great, though. We rented the car. If you would probably want to get insurance in this country unless you have a card that has car insurance on it, like I talked before. I will tell you, there is some, but being a second, third world country, there is going to be some corruption, which was good that I brought a Bosnian speaker. It was so funny. We were driving down the road, and like, we get pulled over. We come around this corner, and there's cop cars sitting there, and they pull us over. And we don't know why, but they pull us over as soon as we come around the corner. And the guy comes up to the window, and my friend says hi in Bosnian to him, and then his face completely changed. It was like he did not expect that. So they had a good conversation, laughed and everything. And as we're going away, as he was walking away and we pull off, she pretty much said, like, if you would have been just a tourist, it would have been small, but you would have probably paid a bribe. So, I mean, it's no countries without its problems. We have people that do that stuff here, so it's not a big deal, but it was a funny situation. She laughed, I laughed. So we started out in Sarajevo. I'll put plenty of pictures on this video of everything. All the pictures you're probably seeing now are Sarajevo. Then when we went to, we ended up leaving the next day after we got there to kind of drive around the country. We drove to Mostar, which if you've ever, you can look up the Mostar Old Bridge, and it's a beautiful bridge. Like, people jump off of it. While we was in Mostar, we actually ate at one restaurant, and as I said, everybody can speak English there. So we had this really nice girl. She was like 19 years old. She was like serving us. She could speak perfect English. She was almost scary. It was like, seriously, are you American? She was really good at English. But we got this plate full of food. I'm talking, it was huge. It basically had like eggplant and fries and veggies and all kinds of meat on it, like $7. I just couldn't believe it. Like, I was blown away. If you tried to eat a plate like that around in America, it would be like $30. I was like, $7, really. I mean, it was like 14 Bosnian mark, but that's still, their currency's worth half of ours. It was really great. We had a wonderful time. Like when we went there, we used Airbnb everywhere we went. And when I say we used Airbnb, like all of them cost like $35, and they were like huge. For every night we were there, it only cost no more than $35. I think one of them was like $25, but it was in the first one we got, and then we got a little more experienced on it. But you can get a 5-star hotel in the middle of Sarajevo. There's one called the Swiss Hotel. And on hotels.com, they're in the middle of peak season, it's like $100. That's a 5-star hotel. You try to get a 5-star hotel in the middle of New York, you're gonna pay some money. It's not gonna be under $100. It's not. Which you gotta understand, that's how they make their money. But we drove down to Mostar. We walked the old town. We went through all the cobblestone streets, the marketplace. Like, it was really wonderful. Everyone like could speak English. Everyone, that was like their second language. We didn't have any trouble buying anything. After we drove to Mostar, we drove outside of Mostar. I think the place is called Biliga. I'm not sure. I'll show pictures, but it was beautiful, and I'll put the words at the bottom so you can tell what it's actually pronounced. I'm sure I killed it. We drove to it, and it was basically a little village that had a river coming out of a cave, fed through the cave, and it was gorgeous. There were shops lining the falls, everything. We saw the poppies because they had plenty of poppies everywhere, beautiful flowers, and we just had a good time. We went all over the country. We drove back, and while we were the roads were already beside everywhere we drove was just gorgeous in the first place. It was such a beautiful country. But when we drove back, we actually went through a national park, and I actually sent it to one of my friends who goes to a lot of who's a big country girl, and she was like, oh my God. Bosnia is the place to go. We actually went back to Sarajevo before we went back to America, and we actually walked a little more through the town. There was like it looked like a palace on top. I think it used to be where their king or their president stayed, but it was closed. Well, on the way back down, we actually found like a little cafe, and we met some Turkish people there. My friend Isa and Roni, they both live in Turkey, and we all just sit down for the rest of the day and had a good meal, tried some good Turkish food. Turkish tea is really good. I did not know that. But they were wonderful people. Like, I always meet people when I go on trips because I think that's the best way. I found out I know a lot of people complain about social media, but you know, it's easier when you got people so far away. Like, they're my friends on Facebook and they're my friends on Instagram, and we talk all the time. We message through there. One of these days, hopefully, I get to Istanbul to say hi to them. If y'all see this video, hi Isa, hi Ronnie. But I just wanted to mention this place. It's a good place, and y'all should definitely go. I had a wonderful time. I'm trying a microphone today, so hopefully my sound isn't too bad. I know I haven't made a video in about a week and a half, but I've been kind of sick, so have fun. I hope you like this video. Safe travels, and I will see you later, and hopefully I'll make a video sometime really soon. Bye.